Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Thoughts from the Bench. That's not what I wanted to say.
Already off to a
Thoughts,
rocky
That's a great
start.
start.
One sentence in.
thoughts from the movies. Austin, where are we located from today?
As far as I'm aware, because I can't see you, but I'm assuming that you are located in the Union Fitness Studio, maybe.
Okay, where's Union Fitness located?
It's in Pittsburgh.
Okay, good. Is Union Fitness a traditional gym?
It's more than a traditional gym.
Wow.
Oh wow.
What would you do there?
A variety of classes.
Okay, based
Go
around
on.
what do you think?
What was that?
What do you think they're based around the classes?
Oh shit.
That was pretty good
Got it.
just from memory.
Yeah, he's
though.
doing
yeah,
really
That's
good.
pretty. That was more
I had
hockey
so
stuff.
much of it.
I know. We are live today from the Union Fitness Studios located on the North Shore of Pittsburgh. Union Fitness is more than a traditional gym. It's a place where you can transform yourself inside and out with a variety of classes based around fitness, yoga, strength, and performance training. At Union Fitness, they believe it is their duty to hold themselves and their clients to a what, Austin?
To a higher standard.
Yeah, they
Go.
practice what they preach and uphold the values that make Union Fitness the community that it is. Go to Union Fitness.
Today.com.
Go.
Fuck you, Austin. .com today and sign up for a consultation through Union. There is strength.
How do you drop it on the 1 yard line?
I know. That was. We have an ad read where Derek tried to read it as fast as he could. That's probably my favorite, but that one was up there.
I'm impressed.
Good work, Austin.
Today on Thoughts from the Movies. Hello, all 7 of you. Thank you for joining.
Shout out.
We are going to do a preview of everything that's coming out in 2021.
Yeah.
Or
Well, not
basically
not everything.
not everything. The
What
things
we're
looking
looking forward
in.
to.
Yeah.
In 2021.
Oh Jesus. But basically, we're gonna kind of take a break from viewing the movies, kind of rethink the way we're approaching it, and come back with Legally Blonde next week. But we thought it'd be fun to give you guys a taste of some of the things that we're excited for that are coming out, and yeah. So the first and foremost is what, Austin?
The fucking greatest movie of 2021.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Bold take.
Bold take.
Bold take.
Bold take. It's my bold take, and I'll gladly go to the grave with it. Godzilla vs. Kong.
I feel like I've already seen this movie though.
It existed as King Kong versus Godzilla.
Correct.
No, like on January 6th, when a bunch of people who acted like primates tried to kill Nancy Pelosi because they thought she was a lizard person.
Oh my God.
This already happened. I'm just saying. I saw this movie already.
If Godzilla was a grizzly bear, this wouldn't even be a discussion. Fuck you, Derek. Fuck you. Fuck gorillas.
I get what Zach is saying though. I mean, Austin I know is really high on this, and he's gonna tell us why. But I can't. You all right?
No,
Where
King Kong is live in the studio wrecking shit.
Where did that come from? Oh, you're
Straight
right.
from the table.
I do get what Zach is saying though, because this movie. So you had the first King Kong reboot in 2014, and then you had Kong versus Skull
Kong
Skull
Skull
Island.
Island. Yep.
Kong Skull Island, and then you had Godzilla King of the Monsters, and now you have
Right.
this.
Yeah, I mean, Skull Island was just Epstein's Island. This
Oh,
is just like a
Gene
weird
Wesley, yeah.
documentary series with rubber suits.
This is really getting dark here.
You're trying
Yeah.
to ruin it for me.
Yeah. No. I just haven't seen the last couple Godzilla movies and really wanted to talk about lizard people tonight.
Oh. Wow.
Austin, why are you so excited for this movie?
I'm also excited, Austin.
I am excited though too.
Alright.
In all seriousness.
Yeah. Go ahead. Tell us.
So I was big on the first Godzilla that came out in 2014 from Legendary Pictures, basically because it was essentially wiping the smeared stain that was 1998's Godzilla with Matthew Broderick.
Rough
It
start.
was the first time that America had attempted Godzilla, and it was a crock of shit. And I don't even associate with it as Godzilla. In fact, in one of the movies that I have, it comes back as Zilla. Toho actually bought that movie and changed the legal representation of that name to Zilla to separate its entire existence from Godzilla. So
That's
this
pretty.
was a-
That's pretty dope when you legally change the name of a movie just because you don't want it represented with your brand.
that's just terrible.
I think about doing it often with my father.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Too real, man.
in
Pull up. Pull up.
Nope.
in all seriousness, when I first saw the first trailer of the original 2014 Godzilla, I was blown away because it made me feel like we were going into the very right direction of where it should be. And ever since then, nothing in my mind has been worse.
This is the good part. There it is.
Like all of these great things. Kong Skull Island was fantastic. Then Godzilla King of the Monsters was that great bridge of bringing more Titan Toho monsters into all of this category. I've been a fan of this entire thing since I was probably 8
Thank
or
you,
9.
Feather Shell.
So I'm very excited for this because
Well, all right, well,
That's the best. How can't you want to see this movie?
what?
Godzilla and King Kong are fighting on a fucking
air
jet-
carrier.
Yeah, an air carrier. Thank you.
Well, what, Austin, specifically about this
So
movie
cool.
excites you in all of the Godzilla canon, as much as you love the franchise? Why does this trailer specifically? Why were you so excited by it?
Because it finally gives the reputation of putting two glorious titans of mass production value finally against one another. Like you could argue the third out of the entire franchise, King Kong versus Godzilla, but it's two guys in a rubber suit fighting each other. This is where you finally get all of the craziness, all of the chaos that goes along with it. Adam Wingard is directing this, who has done very well in selections, and I'm excited because each one of the Godzilla films has been done by a different director, and I think that finally we're getting the all-out brawl that we've wanted. There's a lot of stuff that I kind of want to dissect in this trailer because I've watched it so many times, and all I'm saying is that you have, I think when I looked at it, 52 million views in a week.
Well, we just gave it.
52
Another
million
one.
and one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. 52 million is where it's at still.
Yeah.
Climbing though.
That's gross that you know that.
No,
It's-
that's Austin to know that.
Just so you
That's
know.
the most Austin thing to know,
Just so
actually.
you know.
Derek says the Moth one could have been defeated with more lights.
Yeah. Here's the thing with the
Speaking of,
with the first two entries in the Godzilla franchise, and I'm gonna flat out say this is why I'm not excited for this movie. I think the fight scenes are gonna be cool as hell. What's the movie about? I mean, what's the story here? We get the
Godzilla
entire
fights
trailer.
a giant monkey.
The entire trailer is the two of them fighting, which is fine, but I have the sense that the story's going to be terrible and they're just going to be selling the fight here. Because if you look at the other two Godzilla entries, the first one in 2014 with Aaron Taylor
We
Johnson
barely
and
see
Bryan
him.
Cranston,
Yeah.
that one was pretty good. And it did well and was critically well received.
But
The
there
sec-
was not enough Godzilla in it.
Mhm.
Okay. There were, what, 3 different monsters that he fought in that one? There was
Yeah.
the 2 moths, and there was the thing with the... I don't even know what
Nope.
they're... How to
No, you're right.
describe
It was the two, which they're named Mutos, by the way. But yes, those were the creatures that he fought in the first one.
Yeah, nerd.
Yeah.
You don't know that, you
Obviously.
fucking dork, Justin.
Thank you. And then the second one, there was a drop-off between the first and the second one. Not
Yes.
as many people saw it. It wasn't as well reviewed.
Right.
And he's fighting like 18 monsters in that. Well, I don't know the lore as well, but I know he had Mothra, and there was like
Gamora.
3... Yeah, Gamora.
Yeah.
And there was... Austin, weren't there 3 or 4 in the second one?
There's so the technical number of how many Titans there were in. Let's say this: there were 4 major Titans in this film. There were a total of 17 and counting was
wow.
the amount of Titans that are in this universe so far.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, the second one just not being well received, and the first one, I don't know. I have a feeling like this trailer relies so much on the spectacle of the fighting that the story is just gonna be shit.
Yeah, but let me throw another fastball down your pipe. It was called Pacific Rim.
Oh God,
Robots fight giant aliens, and it was fucking sweet.
Pacific Rim was awesome.
And that's
Which-
what this movie's gonna be.
I never
Which
saw
Godzilla-
it.
Crazy
Oh, dude,
enough.
Pacific Rim is badass.
Fights a monkey, and
Which
I'm
crazy
here for
enough-
it.
See, I just have a hard time thinking that I will find any of the fight scenes in this as entertaining as that dude with his whole ass out getting his face caved in at Wawa. You know,
Oh,
like,
that's true.
like it's hard
That
to
was
top that in
electric.
terms of on-screen ass whoopings.
As-
Well, Austin. Here's
What
another
the
question
fuck?
for you though. In the first Godzilla remake
Pull that up.
in 2014, the Godzilla movie, Godzilla's the good guy. He
Yeah.
saves the day.
So
And
that's
then
the
in Kong
yeah.
Skull Island, he also is sort of the good guy and saves the day. So it's like you have two good guys going against each other here, and I feel like they're gonna have some cheesy way of being like, something is throwing this one off, and now he's being evil, even though he's not supposed to
The
be
Rock
like.
and Stone Cold were both good guys. They fought, and it was awesome.
Well,
Do we need to keep doing this?
we get Mecha Godzilla, right,
Which,
Austin?
I'm getting to that as we see the M for Mecha.
That's
so
an M for Majin Buu. Don't fucking sell us.
Mecha Godzilla.
Nice
don't-
try. I
So,
watched you.
For this, Justin, you are correct. As Godzilla in this franchise has been what is known as a force of nature that protects the Earth when stuff goes wrong.
She.
Mhm.
But anyway, so we have that Kong is essentially the good guy as well, being that he's protecting his homeland and for Skull Island. So, spoiler alert for those that are not aware, in the end scene in the credits of Godzilla King of the Monsters, when Ghidorah and Godzilla met their roars that had basically every Titan kneeling to them, there was one that refused to kneel, and that was Kong from Skull Island, heard the cry and refused to come barging towards it, basically saying that he's defiant and he wasn't going to bend to anyone. He wasn't going to bow to anybody.
Or he's a pussy.
I don't know. I don't think so. So
50-50.
for this trailer specifically, if you pause it right at the beginning,
Uh-huh.
3 seconds in,
Yeah.
which I've done this,
Uh-huh.
in the first viewing I ever did it, I said, whoa, what is that?
Yeah.
You can clearly see Mecha Godzilla,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
which means two things, because we know that, and we know that
Posture check.
the son of the scientist in the first two Godzilla films, which his first name is based off the guy that played in the Godzilla suit, and his last name was based off of the Serizawa who invented the oxygen destroyer in the original Godzilla, for those trivia buffs out there. His son is clearly seen in front of a blueprint project that is Mecha Godzilla.
Okay.
So there's a lot of things that I think are happening with this trailer. I think that there's a lot of story that is going to be shown in this that I know, Justin, that you're not hyping up, but I think this story is going to be better than most people think. A lot of people are turned off for King of the Monsters because of the plot turn that happened that really didn't make a lot of sense. But this is going to be a great, great film because it is I'm taking this as a Batman versus Superman logic.
Look how that one turned
Yeah,
out.
that was a great movie.
Right.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah.
Hey, Austin, Derek would like to ask a couple of questions. One, do you remember the Titans?
I do.
Okay. Second, is the M on your hat not for Pokemon? He said, don't lie. And then he's confused as to whether or not Godzilla is a chick.
No, they clearly say that he's a male in this.
Godzilla's a girl.
Why does Kong not have balls? In that trailer, he was
Great question.
squatting down to see
Let's-
that little girl, and I was like, "Where
Get to the bare balls of it all.
the nuts at?"
Where's his dick at?
All right, to get back on track here,
Okay.
Josh and Zach, can you guys talk about, you watched this trailer, what do you think about the franchise? Are you excited about this movie? Austin gave you his expertise, but you guys, what do you think about it?
I mean, no nuts, no glory. You know?
Monkey fights lizard.
Yeah,
Lizard wins.
yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
I'm more entertained by watching Austin hand shovel potato salad in his mouth.
That was a McChicken, but
Oh, shout out.
What is your? Oh yeah, you mean the #1 restaurant?
Yeah.
Fast food restaurant, not Wendy's. Godzilla versus King Kong is actually Big Lizard Boy versus Oversized Harambe.
Not wrong.
R.I.P. to the ghost of the realist.
Too soon.
Not wrong.
Did
No.
you guys know
Oh.
that there was a zoo in Florida that was trying to repopulate their lions, and Mufasa died while being stimulated with a electric prod to his prostate,
Yeah.
and his offspring's name was Simba.
I mean, fuck. That's how I want to go out.
Ouch. Put that on 1,000 Ways to Die.
I came
Yeah.
out buzzing. No, but honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably see this on HBO, but like, I'm just not there.
You're not going to the theaters to see it?
Unless you guys, if we make like a play
date?
date where we
A
all
play
go,
date?
yeah,
You
like
want
I'll
to do
go.
a play date to go see Godzilla?
Yeah.
All right. Austin, let's just kind of go. I don't mean through them quickly, but let's go through them at a decent rate. You have put together top 5 monsters that should be in this MonsterVerse.
correct.
So hit us with it.
And are these monsters from Godzilla lore or from King Kong lore, or is that
So-
the same lore?
So all 4 of them are technically from your Godzilla lore, and one of them is directly as a Toho lore, as another Toho monster.
Love it. All right, hit us.
All right. 4, we're gonna go with Anguirus, which he is a primarily almost dinosaur armadillo type kaiju, as spines all along his back. All 4 walks on all 4s and everything. And in a lot of movies, he's technically like considered like one of Godzilla's like greatest like companions or allies. There was a movie where he literally did get his jaw broken off and
Oh.
still kept fighting for a little bit. So
Neat. So-
durability is there.
All right, cool. What's the next one?
4 is one of my favorite designs of all time because it was designed by a fan. This whole movie, this whole monster, everything was designed because a fan wrote in. This is Biolante. This
So this just kind of looks like a sandworm from Beetlejuice.
that's not, believe me.
Okay.
So Biolante's original design was that her story was that she had kaiju, Godzilla cells, and plant cells mixed together.
Fuck yeah.
And originally she came out as like a giant flower with teeth. And when she was destroyed the first time or beaten the first time, she came back as this giant crocodile mouth plant appendage. Like she is, think of like a giant, she has like spider legs with this body that can basically destroy you. I mean, it's pretty gnarly, the whole design.
So
from
Little Shop of Horrors
Yeah, it's
with
like
Godzilla.
it's like that thing in Jumanji. Remember, it
Yeah.
comes out of the fireplace.
Yeah.
And, like it's the big plant.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Shoots her with the dart.
All right,
Yeah.
these are awesome.
Nice. Biolante looks like a T-Rex who took a nap for a few decades and then ate a fucking pack of light bulbs.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Glowing
Same.
stomach. I get it. Okay.
Next one.
Austin's
number-
like,
number
put some
3.
fucking respect
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
on
like,
Godzilla and his allies,
yeah.
or we're gonna have a fucking problem.
I'm slowly getting to that point. Number 3,
Let's
we
go.
are rolling with at one time probably my favorite kaiju villain of all time. This is Gigan.
Gigan, you probably recognize.
He looks like a bootleg Mexican toy.
Yeah,
Is that from the original?
yeah. These
Yeah.
are all like the first time they make an appearance on screen.
Okay.
Yeah, he's sweet though.
Yeah,
He's,
I
like
do
he
fuck
shoots
with this.
a laser out of his eye, right, Austin?
Yep, he shoots lasers out of his eyes. There's a buzzsaw chest that whirls, and he has
Fucking awesome.
He
Buzzsaw
has-
chest. That's crazy.
Yep.
Like it does it work like a saw? Like an actual
well,
buzzsaw?
yeah, he's a alien cyborg.
Oh.
This
I
guy
thought he
doesn't
was
have a
I
dick
thought it was
for
a giant
sure.
lizard.
Well, he was originally an alien that was like he was like just a creature, kaiju wandering the universe, and this alien colony took him in and gave him cybernetic like enhancements and appendages to basically make him an all-out killing machine. There actually is a he featured it. It's a shame because the movie itself, Godzilla versus Gigan, was pure. Like, I don't think it's one of the greatest at all. But when he makes his later appearance in like sort of like the Royal Rumble type four monsters in Godzilla Final Wars, his upgrade is so crazy. He actually gets, instead of his appendages at one point, he gets 2 chainsaws for arms.
So dope.
Oh man.
Austin, the chat loves this one. What the Statue of Identity Crisis is this? Derek says it's a Power Rangers. Frost on TV, fucking Cyclops Dino Turtle alien.
Well, at one point I will say that because Godzilla did share a universe a little bit with Ultraman for one point in Japan.
Oh, that's right.
And so Ultraman did fight Gigan at one point.
And technically, Ultraman is what the Power Rangers were created from.
I believe so, yes.
So, Godzilla
Crossover.
versus the Power Rangers.
What if the
Hell
fucking
yeah.
Power Rangers are in this movie?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit everywhere.
Me-
I'll just start running around the theater screaming. All right, Austin, what's number 2?
Number 2 is one that I hope will make it into this universe at some point for this MonsterVerse, and that is the Oxygen Destroyer, Destoroyah.
This one, I was like, okay. Like, all of them kind of looked kind of cheesy, and then I saw this one, I was like, this one fucks.
This is probably the greatest, next to King Ghidorah and
Yeah.
Mechagodzilla. This is the all-time greatest. Like, it's a literal demon. It literally looks like a devil.
Yeah.
And it's great because it goes back to Godzilla's origin. Because in the first Godzilla, when the Oxygen Destroyer device is used, it mutates a colony of crab crustaceans. And those, over time, developed into one creature capable of emitting powers just like the Oxygen Destroyer itself. It literally can suck the life and oxygen out of stuff by just breathing. Like, this is one of the most terrifying kaiju I've ever seen.
That's awesome, dude.
Are you guys all right? What's going on?
The
I can't-
chat is just
Yeah.
I can't
tearing
see-
these things apart, and it's, yeah.
I'm gonna
Also,
cry
if you want to
every
encounter
time.
something that sucks the life out of a room by just breathing, you should speak with my mother. Hey.
Wah, wah.
Wow.
Hey, what are you doing?
Hey, Austin, what's number 1? I really like this one. This one's my favorite.
So I thought my picture was better. I don't see what your picture is, but
I did the them appearing on screen in former
For the first
Godzilla
time.
movies. So
Okay. So this is the Toho monster that has not been correlated with Godzilla yet, and this is Gamera.
Oh yeah, that one I recognize.
yeah, giant turtle.
I mean, your basic giant, protector of children on the earth, so to speak.
Yeah,
Uh,
basically your natural protector of the earth.
Yeah.
And children.
It's Alex Jones.
It's a fucking dinosaur, says Frost on TV.
So this one like had its own movies. Is
It's
that
a-
right?
yeah, it
It
had
wasn't
its
in
own
Godzilla. It was his
movies.
own thing.
It had its own movies, its own story. Basically a giant radioactive turtle, and it fucks like it's crazy. It's. I'm trying to, save face of this ranking, I guess, because a lot of people
Austin,
that-
you did great.
Yeah, no, I love
The
this.
chat got real wound up, and it's not your fault. These were all really
Arkansas
cool
doesn't even have
monsters.
movie theaters. In Arkansas, you just have to watch 2 turtles actually fucking fight. Joe Exotic was the production company of all Godzilla movies in the South.
Austin doesn't think it's funny at all.
Not at all.
I'm sorry, buddy. Fuck. Austin, that was awesome. I'm sorry that this got so far away from you. Do you want to take a break from
Hold on a
your
sec.
picks?
What's that last comment? If
can't move
Gamera
on.
is 1, then Baby Bop has to be 1A.
Was that Godzilla's little homie that looked just like him?
No, it's Barney's little homie.
What was the name of Godzilla's little homie?
And Geras. Is that what you mean?
I don't know. He was like the Scrappy Doo of Godzilla.
Carrot baby Bob.
We'll come back to Austin's other two picks.
That's brutal.
Zach,
Let's go.
let's give poor Austin a break. I feel really bad.
Likewise.
Zach, your first movie you're excited for in 2021.
Let's go.
We did. What did we do? 3 each, right?
Yeah,
Did
3 each.
three
All right.
each.
Are we gonna rotate between
Yeah.
each of us?
We
Like
can
one each?
rotate.
Do
That's
whatever you
All right.
fine.
Well,
want.
no, we're on Zach. Go ahead, Zach. What do we got? The Green Knight.
You got the
Oh,
Green Knight,
I
goddammit.
love it. I love that.
A24.
And that's why it's on the list.
Right.
That's all I needed.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, in terms of the only thing I can think of we got from A24 this year was what, the First Cow or whatever
First
the
Cow was
fuck
last
it's called.
year,
Yeah.
Minari is a film that just came out that people haven't really seen yet.
So I've heard about this one, but I haven't like seen any of the buzz.
Oh,
about it.
Austin, go
What
watch
is-
the fucking trailer
What
right now.
what is this? What is this about?
I'll be real honest. I couldn't even fucking tell you.
Okay.
It's a take on the Arthurian legend of Gawain and the Green Knight, Gawain was one of Arthur's Knights of the Round Table. So this is sort of a take on that legend with Dev Patel starring as the Green Knight in this film.
All I know is from this trailer, first off, the graphics are baller.
Yeah.
Second, this guy's on fire in the first 30 seconds of the trailer, and then since it's from A24, I was locked in immediately. But basically, it looks like an awesome period piece. A24 does some of the best like spooky sci-fi twisted shit you can digest. I'm super pumped for this movie.
Yeah, I mean, we got Aaron Kellyman that was in Solo. We got Joel Edgerton. We got Ralph Ineson, who was the father, the patriarch in The Witch. I haven't seen anything with Dev Patel in it, but
Oh, really? Slumdog Millionaire?
I missed the boat on that one.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, just the trailer in A24, I was just like, say less. I need to fucking know instantly.
Right.
Yeah, you figure with the amount of A24 I know, I figured I'd like know what this is at this point, but I don't know.
I saw
it
like
looks
teaser
interesting.
trailers for it in 2019, like the tail end of like going to see movies before the pandemic. But
Right, yeah. It was supposed to come out, I think, last summer, actually.
yeah,
But yeah, so they take the Arthurian legend and they're going to inject a little bit of uniqueness into it, I think. A little bit spookier, maybe a little bit more of an, psychological take and, some witchcraft and crazy things like that. So yeah, it's going to be, I'm really excited for that one too.
Yeah. I just want to read the chat here. Frost on TV. Hey, it looks like wearing a fucking circle hat. How stylish. Beware the circle hats. Derek says Arthur was a wuss. Well, not wrong. Man, yeah, I just so I think I think that this is an awesome, like, this, I'm pumped. Like, this one was on my list, and then I read Zach's list, so I was like, all right, I'm going to remove this one
that's fair.
because I'm super pumped about it. We've done a number of A24 shows on this, on Thoughts from the Movies, and they always fucking deliver. Even Killing of a Sacred Deer delivered to some extent.
Yeah, and this is going to be in that world, I think. But yeah, very exciting one.
Yeah.
And it's not, we have a lot of franchises on our list, but some of them are not that, and there is still a little bit of room left, or there will be, in the theatrical landscape for movies that aren't franchises.
Yeah.
So we did throw a couple like this in there that are more on the indie
I think
side.
all of them except for one of yours
Yeah.
are non-franchised.
Okay, love
so,
that.
yeah.
Well, God, yeah, we have a couple, but
Yeah.
it's, yeah,
Okay.
a good mix.
Austin, do you want to give it another shot?
No, I mean if you guys want to do your picks and then I'll come back to it at the end for mine, that's fine.
No, I was just giving you a break from the torture. Why don't you do the one starring Chris Rock?
Cool. Yeah, I'll do that one. So my first movie I'm excited for 2021 is Spiral, the Book of Saw.
Let's go.
I'm pumped. When I saw this trailer, I was like, fuck, Chris Rock's back. Let's go.
Yeah, fuck, Chris Rock is in it. You got Samuel L. Jackson that's in it. Like, and the fact that they're gonna tell this as a different perspective of the book, like of Jigsaw and the Saw franchise. So little backstory. Chris Rock was a big fan of this entire franchise, so much that he not only stars in this, but he's produced it. So,
Right.
all of this going into it with Samuel L. Jackson, like his iconic, "You want to play games, motherfucker?"
That's where it lost me. Like, that's where I took it and it was like, oh, this is gonna be like a comedic version.
I don't
Because
think
Samuel's in there throwing out motherfuckers. Like,
I mean,
that was just
fit,
a corny line in the trailer. I'm like, this doesn't have any place in the Saw universe.
I don't know. For me personally, it's an interesting take based on the fact that this, I guess, version or whatever of Jigsaw or serial killer is only particularly targeting cops, which has never been an MO for the original Jigsaw at all. It was just, play the game and you'll survive. But this one, it seems like traps are being put into place because of something that happened with either cops or police brutality or anything like that.
Does anyone watch Fargo with Chris Rock?
I did not.
I have not.
Because I'm wondering where, like, in the last couple years, Chris Rock has sort of reemerged and taken on more interesting material, and I don't want to say widened his range, but he's doing broader things than he used to. Between him starring on Fargo, his comedy specials, a movie called Top 5 that was at Toronto a couple years ago that was more serious and like a sort of relationship movie.
Yeah.
And this, like, Chris Rock is really going in a different direction than like all the stupid Adam Sandler movies that he used to do.
Right.
And like he's still doing those. I think
Right.
he's in Hubie Halloween.
Yes.
But it's a different take on him. Like, this is more serious material. He plays like, a stone-faced cop who's hunting down a murder, serial killer. So Chris Rock is like a really interesting point in his career, I think. And that's kind of what intrigues me about this, even though I'd only ever seen the first Saw.
Yeah,
And I'm not generally
likewise.
a horror guy, but
Yeah.
that aspect of it did intrigue me, like I said, until the Samuel L. Jackson came into it.
So-
Then I'm like, we don't need that.
So here's my hope. And Frost on TV, you made fun of it, and it totally, I get it. It's like, ooh, look out for the spooky light post. But if you zoom in, the light post is the fucking spiral.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You guys ready for this one?
Okay.
I've got the perfect tagline for this movie.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
This year, Blue Lives Splatter.
Oh, wow.
I'll collect my check at any
Wow.
point.
And we just got
That was
canceled.
a good one. That was
We
a good one.
Just got canceled.
That was a good one.
I
Fuck
felt
off.
Derek, like the phone's ringing now. That's the end of that.
The controversy tonight. Yeah.
We
I think that's
had
probably the least
A
controversial thing
great
I've said.
run. A great run.
Oh my god.
Are any of you guys Saw watchers besides Austin?
No.
Okay.
I'm just not like a big gore guy, so
Yeah.
like I just assumed that they were all gory and
I think this one's going to
That's
take
fine,
more
yeah.
of a. I think this one's going to take more of a thriller standpoint with it, because from the looks of it, I think you only get like kind of like one instant of gore, and that's kind of like when the flies are buzzing around the train tunnel that they're in with all the different, like, I guess, blood that's around. I think this is going to be in more of like retrospective to what the original Saw was, which not a lot of gore, very suspenseful, very thriller, kind of cop thriller. So
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I'm down. I'm down for the cause. I'll see it. I'm
There's
interested.
definitely an audience for these movies. I mean, they keep showing up for 8 of them or whatever it's been. So, yeah, I think this one is one that audience is going to show up for sure.
And then one of the ones that Frost on TV predicted. Austin, what's your last one?
another excuse me, another horror movie coming at you guys. Jordan Peele's Candyman.
Let's go.
I'm ready for this one.
I've never been more excited for a reinterpretation of this movie in my entire life, knowing that Jordan Peele fucking did this. It's so much more artsy, and the story is crazy. Like, I don't even have a lot of words for it. That's how generally excited I am for this film.
Just to be clear on this one, Jordan Peele did not direct it like he did with Get Out. He was a writer on it, but he wasn't a director for.
I know he didn't direct it.
No, I'm telling the
No, he was
audience
the
if
main-
they're thinking.
but he
oh,
was the main writer
like Get
in
Out.
it.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and I'm not familiar with Candyman. I didn't see the original one, so I don't really know what to compare it to. But I know the reception for this was very positive
yeah.
when this trailer launched.
I mean, it's a great trailer.
Yeah.
Yes. It's almost, it's like, it has that, like, spatial awareness that is obviously not needed for, like, from like Get Out and Us, where it feels like you're trapped watching this trailer, right? Because that's
Yeah.
how it's been for like the other of, like, I know he didn't direct it, but Jordan Peele works, where like the faces and everything, the characters are like so close to the camera, like everything is like you're like 2 feet apart from them.
Yeah.
Obviously not COVID safe, but the whole presence of this film feels very claustrophobic and terrifying. And I know that's what he wants
What?
to
Wrong
do.
poster. You switched the posters
Oh
too early.
shit. Sorry, Austin. Go ahead.
You're good. And I feel like that's what he's doing with this for the mirrors and everything that goes on with all these mirror scenes. And man, it's like,
What's the significance of the bee? Or
Um,
the bees?
so if I remember correctly, the Candy man's story was when I don't know if he had like bees that were shoved down his throat or whatever it was with it, but I know it had to deal with a lot of I don't know if the slave issue was a part of this at this point. I have to go back and research a lot more of it. But the bees definitely played a significant part in it. I don't know if they stung him to death. I think they entered his body, and that's why they come out of his mouth. I think that's what happened.
Oh, like the bees come out of the Candyman.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's like in one of the scenes, like the bee shows up before he kills the girls in the bathroom, and then like the guy's taking a picture of the Candyman like painting, and a bee bites it on. It's like
so he's like in the Mummy where he just opens
Yeah.
his mouth and all
Yeah.
bees come out.
yeah.
I'm just gonna watch the Mummy. Forget it. You know what's interesting though? I don't know if you guys know this, or Austin, I don't know if you know this, but Nia DaCosta, who directed this movie, is directing Captain Marvel 2, which is quite a different type of movie than the Candyman. And
Yeah,
that's interesting to me.
yeah, that's a very broad spectrum of films. I wasn't a big fan of the first Captain Marvel for various reasons, but knowing that she's directing this, that's an interesting point I never really considered.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what direction they take it. If it's a little bit darker, a little more of a horror spin on the franchise.
Maybe.
But
Well, I mean, hearkening back to the bee discussion, I think we can all agree that there's a lot of buzz around this movie.
You happy with that one?
I'm fucking so proud.
All right. Austin, yeah, I think Spiral I had seen the trailer for in theaters maybe even, and then this one, when I was watching the trailers, I was going through all of them. This one was also on my short list, and luckily you and Austin were in my brain on picking The Green Knight and Candyman, because those both look fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So, Zach, you're back up.
Let's go. The Many Saints of Newark.
Yo,
I'm
what is this
so-
fucking thing? Because
It
there's
is-
no trailer for it.
It is a movie, but it's a prequel to the Sopranos series. It is based around a young
What?
young Tony Soprano. Like his son, Michael Gandolfini, plays Tony Soprano as like a teenager, and it's about the story of like what leads up to the Sopranos. Like John Bernthal from Punisher and such plays Junior, like his uncle that's very elderly in the series. You got Corey Stoll from like House of Cards and other things. I feel like he always plays the same like character. I'm sure he's like an FBI agent or some shit in this. But my boy Joey Coco Diaz.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
Yeah. So I was like, say less. That's all I need. Because there was a a point where I guess there was some controversy around Joey Diaz over the last year, which I mean, fuck, was bound to happen, right? But
Blue cheese or go fuck your mother.
yeah. But I think for a point in time it was questionable if he would be in the film still. And I'm under the impression that David Chase was just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, he's the guy. He's the guy for this role. And I mean, of course, it's a mob movie, so Ray Liotta's in it. But I I just watched The Sopranos last year, maybe 2020, might have been 2019, but I'm very excited for this because I feel like for a long time there's a majority of the HBO series don't miss, and to have like the original like writer come back to do the sequel movie with Gandolfini's son, I think is going to be, something special.
So I want to address the chat quickly, and then I have a question for Justin.
Mm-hmm.
So Frost on TV, the circle hat thing. It's funny because they're all coming out in the same year, and we talked about this on our movie posters episode, which you can go back and watch, where we talk about trends over time. Like there was one year, I can't remember, it was like 2017, where every poster was blue and orange, because that was what was going on at
Godzilla
that
poster
point.
we showed you
Was blue and orange.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely like a reoccurring thing. There's definitely a lot of religion getting forced back into movies right now because it's taboo. It makes people uncomfortable. So yeah, man, it's definitely like it's a reoccurring thing. It wasn't lost on me when you pointed it out. I was like, oh shit, yeah, it looks exactly like what was in The Green Knight. But Justin, is this where we are now? That super successful fucking TV shows get movies as like either closures or further explanations, or because I mean Peaky Blinders,
El Camino
El
set it off.
Camino,
Right.
this.
Yep.
Yes and no. There was a comment in the chat I did want to shout out that got missed by all Frost on TV's angry comments about the hats. Nick Joseph said, I only want to see Candyman if George Clooney is the Candyman. I would watch the movie if that was the case. I don't think it's going to be the case.
I don't understand the reference.
I think Nick just loves George Clooney.
Oh, okay, all right.
But I would watch Candyman
All right.
if Clooney's the Candyman. Yes and no. It's not exactly a new thing. There have been several popular series that have gone on to have a movie version of them. Right? Entourage was one of them. There's actually, funnily enough, Sex and the City just announced that they were going to be doing a movie.
A third one.
Yes, to sort of continue that series on, minus the one girl of the four women. But so it's not a new idea, but I'm curious because I can't think of any instances where that worked and the movie was a good film that continued the story that people actually like to see. I mean, usually it's a case of the show goes on until people don't watch it anymore, but someone wants to keep it going, and so they do a movie version of it, which doesn't do a lot at the box office, and then you're like, all right, well, that's it, and you end with a whimper, right? So this one I'm hesitant on, just because that crossover between doing a TV series and then ending with a movie, I don't think has worked yet when you blend the two that way. And so this one I'm really hesitant about, even though it's, the Godfather 2 story of we saw the crime boss, now let's see where the crime boss came from. And, The Sopranos is one of, if not the greatest TV show of all time. It was voted, the best written show of all time last year, along with Seinfeld and Breaking Bad. And so it's certainly at the top of the list in terms of TV shows, but I just have hesitation in terms of if this movie is necessary and if it's going to be any good, or if it just is one of those things that sounds cool on paper, like, hey, we got James Gandolfini's son to play a younger version of him. Like, okay, cool. Is the movie going to be any good? Why do we need this movie after Sopranos been off the air for 20 years, right?
I'm 100% with you on that part of it, but the kids playing their dads, let's fucking NWA was awesome. Ice Cube's kid played Ice Cube, and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, that's not it so much. It's the continuation of a series as a film.
Jump Street's an interesting point, Jason, because that's kind of like what this is, where it's years, like decades later, and now we're making a movie about it.
Right. In 21 Jump Street, both of those were successful.
Super successful, but those weren't the same characters. This is the same story. It's almost like 21 Jump Street was a reboot of 21 Jump Street, the show, as a movie. This is an extension of it. And I think, to Justin's point, the only thing that gives this movie a shot in hell is that it is a prequel.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is going to be a huge thing to it.
Yeah, I mean, in regard to the many Saints of Newark, I'm just praying that it's good.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So
Wow.
Yeah.
you're really busting them out tonight.
Wow.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
fucking knock 'em
Zach,
down
you
for all
are
of
a
'em.
king of terrible puns.
Yes.
So here's your final pick.
You thought you could beat me to it. I'll just think of something else for the end, motherfucker. Yeah, let's go. So I've only seen the first
Boondock
Kingsman
Saints
movie.
2 was awesome, Joe. Nick, it was
Um,
awesome.
Yeah. So
What?
let's
Boondock
start.
Saints was like the worst movie
Boondock
ever.
Saints 2 was fucking
No,
awesome.
the first one was awesome. The second one was a
No,
huge piece of
Boondock
shit.
Saints 2 was fucking awesome. Rocco's a ghost.
Oh,
It's
man.
incredible.
It's terrible.
Austin.
I loved it. Why don't you
Terrible.
make like a tree and get the fuck out?
That's
Hold-
the first one.
I
Hold
don't
on.
care. I loved it.
Austin, what are your thoughts on the Boondock Saints?
I like it.
Okay, never mind then. I'm not a fan. Anyways, so the Kingsman. I think this was supposed to come out already. Another,
Like 2 years ago,
victim
yeah.
of the vid, but Taron
Did you
Egerton.
just call COVID the vid?
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Come on, shit. I'm hip. Taron Egerton, Stanley Tucci, Liam Neeson, Ray Fiennes, Daniel
Wait, what?
Bruhl.
What? You're just saying names. What are you talking about? Right
Talking about people in the fucking movie. Look at the poster.
Liam Neeson is not
Yeah.
in this movie. Stanley Tucci's not in this movie. What? Taron Egerton's not in this movie.
I'm looking at the Kingsman 2021, and I'm reading the cast that's on the internet.
The King's Man.
The Kingsman.
Okay, I didn't see any of these people in the poster or the trailer.
Stanley Tucci, Ralph Fiennes.
Liam Neeson's in it,
That's what
and
it
Taron
says.
Egerton's in it.
That's what it says. I don't know. I didn't see the fucking movie. That's what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
Taron
it.
Egerton. No, I don't think so, because this is in like World War One, and Taron Egerton was in the modern one.
There could
Liam
be,
Neeson,
There could be
maybe.
time travel. I don't know.
Maybe. Okay,
I
keep
don't
going.
see Liam Neeson.
Yeah, I'll keep going.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I apologize.
You had like
I
2 out of
apologize
4.
to everybody.
Yeah.
2 out of 4 ain't
You
bad.
know, well, the internet. You can't believe everything you read.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, so based on World War One, it looks fucking beautiful. Once I saw Rasputin was in the mix,
Yeah.
and whatever the story
you got to
is,
go full in at that point.
I was like, let's go.
Yeah, honestly, that sounds great, man. It's crazy.
Because I mean, look at this shit. Like this looks
It
like some
looks
Hellboy
beautiful.
shit, you know.
Yeah.
And Rasputin, you know, I need a little more than I got in Anastasia, the Disney movie, or DreamWorks, or whoever made it. Like,
DreamWorks. No, I can't remember.
give
But
me that
anyway.
give me that in, you know, full action. Yeah, I mean, it already looks better than 1917 was. So
So Justin, do you hate this or do you like this? Just looking at it right now.
I mean, the first two Kingsman movies are great. I like them quite a lot. They're stylish and they've got a lot of panache to them, and they do different things with a standard action movie to make it exciting and fresh and different. And that's the whole point of what you want to do.
Okay.
This one, it's interesting that the production of it's really weird because they had to keep pushing it back because of doing reshoots, and they kept working on the script. And it's when you have a situation
Look at
where
Rasputin.
you
fucking-
have a film that keeps getting pushed back for changes to be made, whether it's adjusting the ending or doing some reshoots or re-editing, or anytime you keep pushing a movie back, it's never a good sign. Generally not a good sign. And this one has been pushed back multiple times, even before COVID. So that right there is kind of a red flag. I'm also, I love the Kingsman franchise. It's going to be interesting to see their style in an older movie because their movies are modern and they have a very modern feel to them. And this one is going back to World War I, like Zach said. So it's going to be interesting to see how that modern style meshes with the older weaponry and the the period setting and all that stuff. So the franchise has enough good faith that I'm going to see it. It's hard to tell right now whether it will be as good as the other two. Because again, like everyone on this poster is not the people from the first two. Like this takes place 70 years before the two Kingsman movies, so it's going to be a completely different cast, even though it's in the same world. So it's like a wild card. It is a wild card that I could see go either way.
Austin, have you seen the trailer?
No, but going off of the premise of what I was looking at from the stills that you were showing, it looks good. I've seen the first two Kingsman films as well, and I
Okay.
think completely agree that the style is going to be what's going to be the toss up, I guess, the coin flip to this, whether it's going to go good or bad, depending on with the year that you're in it. I think it'll do fine. It's really going to rely on the status of how all of these people play with this film. It's a great cast by the looks of it, so I have faith in it. I would see it.
Austin, was the church scene from the first movie A plus plus plus?
Yes, it was.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
It
Jay
really
Tronic.
was. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I've never seen the Kingsmen. They're on
Oh, they're fun.
on my watch list.
They are fun.
On Letterboxd, but I've not seen them. Why? Can we just dig in it for a second, just for 30 fucking seconds? Justin, why is it okay for this movie to be pretty when it's showing the trenches of war, but Peaky Blinders isn't allowed to be pretty?
What do you mean, Peaky Blinders?
That's your big thing with Peaky Blinders is it's too pretty.
The first one was too pretty. Yeah, I couldn't get into the pilot because it looked too pretty. Yeah.
But that was really pretty.
I don't know. It's hard to tell from a trailer if what the visual style of the movie is going to be necessarily in terms of the quality of the image and everything. That was my big thing with like you said, with Peaky Blinders. It's supposed to be set in like the 20s London or whatever, and like the really dirty, seedy underworld, and it was just very clean and pristine, and it just was very pretty. Yeah, that's a good word for it.
Okay.
And this one, yeah, I don't know that I got a sense of that from the trailer. I mean, this one, I can't tell you that just from the trailer.
Okay. Like the second I saw it, I was like, this looks pretty. It's set around the same time as Peaky Blinders. It's dealing with some dirty subjects because Peaky Blinders is after World War I.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, the Kingsman is also a polished world, though. I mean, you're saying dirty because it's taking place like in the trenches of World War I, but the
It is blue
Kingsman
and orange, you're right.
organization and the suit shop and everything is a very polished and very upper echelon type of world, very stylish world. So it could work. We'll have to see. It could or could not work.
This could be Ralph Fiennes' crowning achievement.
Oh, okay. Justin, let's talk about a movie that you actually worked on.
Yeah, we have. I think this poster's from Angel and Demons, but the
Could be.
one of the movies that I'm excited about this year is called BIOS, which comes out in August, and it's very in the vein of like I Am Legend and Castaway. It's essentially Tom Hanks by himself for the entire movie. It's a post-apocalyptic world where the planet has sort of been destroyed by nature, and he's a scientist who is building a robot to take care of his dog after he dies. And it's a very human, very heartfelt story, actually, about what it means to be human. Did you guys see Bicentennial Man? Do you remember that movie with Robin Williams?
Yeah.
It's a lot like that in terms of, like, having to teach a robot to feel like a human and sort of where that line is drawn and everything. So not only is it a traditional Tom Hanks on screen for an hour and a half by himself type of thing, but also it's a very sort of beautiful, simple story. So I'm really excited about that. There's no visual materials out for it yet, unfortunately, because it just got put back on the release schedule and they had to do work on it. But that's one that I'm excited for just because of the nature of that movie.
Nature. I get it, because nature destroys the planet.
I was not intending to do that, but Zach, there
Let's
you go.
go.
There's one for
You
you.
guys are
There's
killing
one
me
for the
today.
homie. What does that
Is-
comment
is
say
this-
about Kingsman? Kingsman was made when the wealthy people wanted to prevent additional wars, Josh. Sorry again, TV behind. Oh, okay.
Okay. I don't know what
Justin,
that
is this supposed to be taking place in the future? Or is this modern time?
It's like a near future or like an alternate future.
Because when you
like
say
it,
he's
it could
building
be,
a robot,
Yeah.
that's where my mind turned, was like futuristic, like type of feel to it with technology. But I don't know. I was just curious.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not like a crazy, hologram or anything like that. It's like made out of spare parts and everything, like
Okay.
3PO was in the first Phantom
Oh.
Menace, sort of like
Okay.
that. So, and then he just has to teach it to love his dog for him because he's
Well, that shouldn't be hard.
so.
Then he puts the volleyball on the head, right? That's what happens.
Yeah, Wilson.
I just watched Iron Man for the first time last night, and Tony Stark made a whole ass robot in a Taliban cave in the middle of nowhere. So
He did. Yeah.
yeah, I just
Tony Stark
I just
built
watched
this
the
in a
first one.
cave. Yeah, it's a good scene.
yeah, I wasn't expecting Jeff Bridges in it.
Yeah,
was
Bald
a
Jeff
wild
Bridges is a
move.
scary man.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
terrifying. Okay, yeah, so that's BIOS. That's one I'm excited for in the
Cool.
summer. What's the next one on the list?
Nightmare Alley.
Oh God, yes, Nightmare
My
Alley.
boy, Gamicio.
Who?
Gamicio del Toro.
It's a mix between Benicio del Toro and Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
Did I really fucked it up, huh? That bad. Wow. Well, Rachel Adams and Rachel McAdams are different people.
That's true, Josh.
Cedric the Del Toro. That guy.
Gamicio. so good.
I think that guy's in fucking The Many Saints of Newark. Hey, Gamicio.
It's a mix of Guillermo and Benicio del Toro. Oh my god, that's amazing. I've never heard that before. Yes, it's directed by Benicio del Toro, who we know from Pacific Rim and Pan's Labyrinth and all that. But I love this, and again, this doesn't come out till December, so there's no visual material
Yeah, he
yet.
did Troll Hunters. Fuck you.
That's not his name, though.
That's
Yeah,
not
no,
his name?
it's Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo
yeah.
del Toro. And then Benicio del Toro is an actor. He's a totally different person.
He's in Sicario.
Yeah.
You should
That's
watch
true,
that
yeah.
movie.
But
I am-
anyway,
my world is wrecked right now.
anyway, Nightmare Alley sounds fantastic. It's about sort of
Bumicio? What?
Benicio.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is the guy.
yeah, Benicio.
This is the guy that's in the beer commercials, and they think he's Antonio Banderas.
That's what you know him from?
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck is
Oh
happening?
boy.
You're thinking
Commercial.
of the most interesting man in the world.
Yeah, the Heineken
No,
commercials.
It's not that guy.
I know it's not, but that's what the fuck
It's the Heineken commercials, and then
No,
like
that's Dos Equis.
no,
The most
look,
interesting.
yeah,
man in the
look,
world.
look. It's a Heineken commercial, and the guy comes up to him, and he's like, "Are you Antonio Banderas?"
Oh, okay.
And it's
I didn't know
like
this was
clearly
a thing.
not Antonio Banderas.
Okay. I don't know who's who anymore. Anyway,
right.
this movie, Nightmare Alley, comes out in December. Very excited about it. Guillermo del Toro directed it. Hasn't done anything since Shape of Water, which won Best Picture last time, 2017, I think it came out. And it takes place in the circus, in sort of like this dark, twisted, carny world. Bradley Cooper plays a very young and charismatic sort of ringleader in the circus, and then he teams up with Kate Blanchett, who's a psychic, and they're like scam artists who rip people off. So it was a book, and it was a
Gypsies.
movie, yeah, from a long time ago. But I just love the idea of Guillermo del Toro making like a dark circus movie.
Yeah.
Like Tim Burton
yeah.
style. And the
Yep.
cast of characters, I don't really do this that often, and I know you guys do, but I do want to read the cast because
Okay.
it's insane. Just to give you guys an idea of the A-list, sort of star power that's going to be in this movie coming out in December. So Kate Blanchett and Bradley Cooper, already mentioned,
Say no
are
more.
the headliners, right? You have Rooney Mara, William Dafoe, Toni Collette, obviously from Hereditary and everything. Richard Jenkins is in it. I mean, this is truly like a big ensemble movie. Ron Perlman, who I love from Sons of Anarchy, like it's a
Oh, wow.
true actors movie. So I'm really excited. It's just like a very noirish world with
Ron
colorful
Perlman
characters.
is also Hellboy, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So yeah, Nightmare Alley is just gonna be a really fun, dark, twisted movie.
Well, and it reminds me a lot, just from that description, of like a Federico Fellini, like La Strada kind of like vibe to it.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I'm in. I'm all in.
Exactly.
No matter how you say the dude's first name, I love his fucking work. He did a awesome cartoon series called Troll Hunters
Yep.
that has kind of splintered off into a bunch of different universes and stuff. But like, the guy is so creative, and anytime you listen to him talk, like, this is his life's passion.
Mm-hmm.
He loves to make film and tell stories, and stories that are uniquely his, or he feels like he has a unique voice to tell them through. So, I mean, anything he puts out, I'll see it.
Yeah, he was behind the monsters on Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was his.
Uh,
he didn't
yeah,
direct
and-
it, but he was. Yeah, he was a
Right.
producer. He was
Uh,
involved. Yeah.
Pan's Labyrinth was another one I believe that
Yep.
he.
Pacific Rim was his. Yeah.
Yep.
The Hellboys,
So-
right? I mean,
yeah.
Guillermo del Toro is a guy. Crimson Peak, which a lot of people didn't see, but was a good one. Austin, you probably saw that one.
I actually didn't, but I was looking
Okay.
for it. to
Yeah,
see
but I
it.
mean, he's a guy who operates in a dark fantasy world, and
Mhm.
I love that. He has a very distinct style. He's, like you said, Josh, a master filmmaker
Yep.
who loves his craft and loves ghosts and monsters and all these creatures and everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
And Searchlight is releasing it, which used to be Fox Searchlight, which is a very awards-heavy brand of filmmaking, a lot of prestige pictures. So it's gonna be good. And then my third one, I have to go to a franchise for this one. I actually was gonna do Top Gun, which I'm really excited for, but I had to go with Bond, No Time to Die, if it ever, God willing, gets released, simply because this is the best James Bond and it's his final outing. The Spectre movie was iffy, and I think this is a continuation of Spectre, so I'm not, I don't know if I love that idea, but I love Daniel Craig as James Bond, and I will be forever loyal and faithful to all of these movies that he's done. So I don't know how many of them you guys seen. Josh, I know you haven't seen the Daniel Craig ones. Austin and Zach, you guys watch the Craig Bonds at all?
Yes.
Okay. And your thoughts on where the franchise has gone and where it's like with Christoph Waltz and Spectre and bringing Rami Malek into this one? Excited for? Not excited for?
I'm pumped. It is his last outing with this, and the ones that I've seen have been nothing less than, I wouldn't say masterful, but they've been a top tier, we'll say. So I'm very excited to see how this finally, I guess, ends.
Yeah, and then you have Anna de Armas and Lashana Lynch in there as CIA and 00 agents themselves, which is really exciting. So, yeah.
Anna de Armas is a Bond girl for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That is no stretch. I'm pumped to see Remy Malek play a bad guy.
Yeah.
Pumped. Because he's always like a good guy. He's never a bad guy.
So this is Remy, Mr. Robot, Remy, correct?
Yep.
Rami, yeah, I didn't see Mr. Robot, but I don't know his role in
Mr.
that,
Robot
but-
fucks.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally just watched on HBO Max The Little Things, and he played the detective.
How was
and,
that?
Uh,
Oh, don't say
I
that.
had to give it. The ending made me feel like I had just sat down and was like, okay. So, it was decent.
Okay.
I'm not gonna completely shit on it. It was decent.
Did you see it, Justin?
I haven't yet. I was at Sundance this whole last weekend, so I didn't get to see it, but I am really excited for the little things.
Wait, you were at Sundance?
I mean, I was watching Sundance.
Hold on, Pinky's
yeah.
out. Pinky's
Yeah.
out. Justin was at
No,
Sundance.
no, no.
Sundance.
Oh.
Oh.
Nobody was at.
Oh,
No
De
one was
Niro
at
called me.
Sundance.
He said, you got to get out to Sundance, kid.
No one was at Sundance. I was watching Sundance movies virtually. But yeah, no, I do want to see. I'm really excited
Yeah.
because you have Jared Leto and Denzel and Rami Malek.
Yeah.
How do you not fucking get excited about
I
that?
know.
They're
That's
all
why I'm
like
excited.
peak. I mean, Denzel's Denzel. Jared Leto, we know, performs like a motherfucker, and then Rami is having a huge moment
Yes.
coming off Bohemian and then
Yes.
Bond and this. Like,
Yes.
I'm so excited for that movie.
Yes.
I heard it wasn't great.
From Austin?
I also-
Me
no,
too. I heard
no,
that from Austin.
No,
Yeah.
before Austin said.
Oh, okay.
"Ah."
Did you
I
hear
heard
that
it
from
was not great.
Gabisio? Is that who told you? Did
Uh,
Gabisio tell you that was no good?
And Barilla Rigatoni told me.
Yeah. Baristio told
Yeah.
you.
Mauricio del Toro.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, if it ever gets released, I mean, God willing, this is one of the few that you can guarantee will always hold out for a theatrical release. Even though there have been attempts to buy it by several streamers for hundreds of millions of dollars, and they're still holding out. So, God willing, it'll still go into the theater. But yeah, those are mine.
I bet Kim Jong Un could get this motherfucker streaming.
Is that guy still alive? I thought
How
he
is-
wasn't he dying?
It
long ago?
depends.
Depends on who you believe.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
All
cool.
right.
Those are yours, and now we're on to mine. And the first one you can actually go watch right now. It's Judas and the Black Messiah.
What? Where'd
Yes.
you pull this one out of?
What do you mean?
I would never have in my million years have been like, oh, Josh wants to see this movie. I bet. I
Oh.
can't believe you even know about it. It's such a small movie that's a lot of people don't know about it.
Well, I
Josh
was
is a
also watching
sophistic-
Sundance
Yeah.
this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, you were.
Let's go.
It was at Sundance. Did you really watch it?
Was it at Sundance?
Yeah, it was the closing night film, I believe.
How was it?
I didn't see it.
Well, here's who's in it. Lakeith Stanford, who you know from Uncut Gems, Knives Out, in Atlanta. Daniil,
Daniel Kaluuya.
thank you, from Get Out, Black Panther, Sicario. He's also in the Black Mirror episode, Austin, where they have to ride the bike to get the chips.
Right.
Yeah. Fucking amazing episode. He's incredible in that. Jesse Plemons is in it from Breaking Bad, The Irishman. I'm thinking of ending things. Shaka King writes and directs it on real life events that happen in Illinois. Black Panthers. Fuck yeah. The trailer's electric. And I got turned on to this from the Chicago 12.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
Okay.
Yeah, you were talking about that
they're
movie.
kind of
right,
like
right.
they're the same time, and it's like they're all kind of like tethered together from
Protest
those events.
movies. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I was like, when I saw the trailer for this, the trailer's fucking incredible, and I love Lakeith Stanford, and I really like, I can't say his name correctly.
Daniel Kaluuya.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Jesse Plemons is Chicago 7. Thank you, Jason. Jesse Plemons is becoming the fill-in for Philip Seymour Hoffman for me at this point.
Yeah.
Where like he's just kind of like that weird, bizarre white guy that can fill a bunch of different roles. Like he's the not handsome white guy that's
Yeah.
considered like a good character actor.
He is a good character actor, and
Yeah.
he's in a lot of things, like in the background. You don't realize, you
Right.
wouldn't know his name at all, but if you saw him, he's so distinct looking, you'd be
He's got
like,
a
oh yeah, I know that
huge
guy.
fucking forehead.
One Night in Miami is amazing. If you haven't seen it, creative liberties galore, but amazing.
Yeah, really excited to see that one. One
Okay.
Night in Miami. It's Regina King directed it, and it's about a fictional meeting that happened between Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Sam Cooke, and
yeah.
That's what that is?
I thought it was
Forget who
the
the
one
fourth
with
one is.
Kristen Wiig.
that's Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar.
I'm more interested
Totally
in that story,
different
to be honest.
movie.
No, I'm joking.
Totally different movie.
Yeah.
I heard this wasn't that good,
Really?
which gutted me.
That will
What
gut
is-
me if it's not any good.
Yeah. I heard. I mean, it looks very good. The trailer,
But
I
it was at
like,
Sundance.
yeah, but
From what I saw
I'll
on,
stab
I
you in the
can't
eye.
do it. I
It's
can't
at
do it.
99% right now.
yeah, I was gonna say Rotten Tomatoes rated it at 99%. So
Well,
What Reddit fucking bullshit stream are you reading, you piece of garbage?
I mean, I don't know. QAnon got bored after the whole thing ended, so they're doing
I was
movie
gonna make a
reviews.
Proud Boys joke. Yeah, but it's too soon. I
No,
think.
no, my buddy Ryan saw it, and he said it was good. To just like parts that he felt were supposed to deliver more emotionally just missed the mark, which I feel like in a movie like this will
Yeah.
kind of be a major
Yeah.
disappointment.
But
But I'm still interested to see it. Is it Netflix or is it on
I think it's
Prime?
HBO Max. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
HBO Max.
Max.
Yeah.
Oh damn! I didn't know that. I didn't know that it for sure feels like a play. I thought the characters did justice to what I would assume the real life guys would do. Oh,
About
he's
One
talking
Night in
about One in
Miami. Yeah,
Miami.
yeah.
Malcolm X being a bit vulnerable isn't something I've ever seen before, so it's very interesting. You should go watch Malcolm X, directed by Spike Lee.
Denzel.
That movie fucking is awesome. I love that movie. So yeah, that's my first pick. My next one is I just found out about today, so don't grill me on it.
What?
Death on the Nile.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love this pick.
Okay, awesome. So Death on
Did you watch Murder on the Orient Express?
I didn't, but I liked that trailer and it's on my short list.
Okay.
Is this like a
Yeah,
sequel?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, it's not a direct sequel, but it like Agatha Christie's books. These are two of her books, and the same detective is the same detective in both of them. So they're like totally different stories, but it's the
shit.
same
Awesome.
detective.
Yeah,
So
I knew
We
that,
got an issue right off the
hang
bat.
on.
Uh-oh.
There's 6 people talking. Austin was gonna talk next.
well, I know that my brother was a big fan of the Agatha Christie books.
Okay.
I know he saw Murder on the Orient Express, and I know he said that this one was making its way to the movies. So he told me to try to see it as soon as I can. So
Mm-hmm.
And then you were gonna say,
We got an issue
okay, what?
right off the bat with the cast.
Army Hammer?
Army Hammer.
Yeah.
Depending on how this goes, does this become a all the money in the world type deal, where we have to reshoot the entire movie with someone that isn't Army Hammer?
I don't think so.
We don't think so?
That's interesting. I
mean-
don't know. I don't think it's gotten to that point. I don't think his accusations are as extreme as Kevin Spacey's were that you would need to recast him. Not yet, at least.
I mean, his wife is pretty adamant that like he's a fucked up dude and needs to be in jail.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sensitive subject, but I don't want to get
Right.
eaten.
But also Gail Gadot.
Let's go.
So,
this
you
is-
know-
Yeah, we're back. We're
this-
back.
This
We're
cast,
back.
yeah. Murder on the Orient Express was okay at best. I mean, it's one of the best murder mystery books of all time. and
Okay.
Agatha Christie's the best murder mystery writer of all time. But
Yeah.
the ensemble cast of Murder on the Orient Express was great. But it was a little flat of a movie. But this one, I'm excited for because Poirot as a character is really interesting. It's another huge ensemble cast. And what's cool about these movies, both Orient Express and this one, is that you have this contained setting where the murder happens
Yeah.
and there's nowhere to go. Like you're
Right.
stuck on the train or you're stuck on the boat and you have to figure out who the murderer
Like
is.
Zach's
There's no
favorite
running
movie,
away.
Clue.
Yeah, it's like it's one of you people in this room is the murderer. So
Yeah.
It's not.
Clue's
like,
Clue's
I
the
love
best.
Clue.
You don't like
Clue's
Clue?
fantastic.
No, I do
love
love Clue.
Let's do a show on
Don't you
Clue.
remember Zach had a Clue poster behind him? on
Oh yeah, that's right.
I almost brought
it's in
it
his
with me
office.
today.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
Um,
why did you? How did you pick up on this and not
So-
knowing about Orient Express?
No, I knew about Orient Express. I didn't know they were tethered together.
Okay.
This was Rotten Tomatoes puts out the 99 best movies that are going to come out this year.
Yeah.
And I was just scrolling through watching trailers, and I saw this, and I was like, ooh. And then I was like, ooh, Army Hammer. I just watched Call Me By Your Name. I thought he was awesome in that. And I was like, okay, I like how this is all going. I like the trailer. I was like, this looks sweet. I'm going to throw this on my list. And as I just mentioned, watched Call Me By Your Name. So, Jason, of course Dune was going to be on my fucking list. Are you kidding me? This is it. This is what I've been waiting for. We've got fucking Frank Herbert, and I need to look at it because I want to make sure I said his name right. This is the sci-fi masterpiece that has never been properly captured by the camera. So I'm pumped to see this. I think the world now of fucking what's his face, Justin.
Benicio.
No.
Yeah.
Timothy
Denny-
Chalamet.
Oh, I thought you meant
Oh.
the director, Denny Villeneuve.
And Denny
I
Villeneuve.
thought you meant the author.
So here's
Wait,
the,
hold on a sec.
what?
So, were you excited about this movie before you watched all of Arrival and Prisoners and those movies?
I was excited about this movie before of that. Now I'm like
Now
the
that you know the
second it comes
director,
out,
you're
like,
more excited.
literally I was excited about this movie because I know of the book
Mhm.
and I know the lore behind the book and I know how like they've tried to make movies of it and it just never seems to capture the gravitas of it all. Kind of like The Giver,
Right.
kind of like
Divergent.
Divergent,
Yes.
Brave New World, those kind of, books, the psychedelic era books. But this, so I was pumped about this. Then we spent 2 weeks fucking watching Villeneuve. Then I watched Call Me By Your Name, which has Chalamet in it, and then the rest of the fucking cast. Tell me if you fucking heard of Zendaya. She's killing it with Euphoria. Rebecca Ferguson, Jason Momoa, Josh Brolin, Oscar Isaacs, the one and only Dave fucking Bautista, Stellan Skarsgård. I mean, the fucking
Javier Bardem, yeah,
It's
Charlotte Rampling.
act.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait. It's gonna suck
you-
probably, but I can't
Stop
wait.
It.
You know
Stop
they're doing it in
Take
2
back.
parts, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Two-parter? Yeah, they're gonna split it up.
That's
Don't
probably
like
for the
that.
best because the book is like 1,000 pages or something wild.
Did you watch the David Lynch one from the 80s?
No.
Okay.
It's got the guy from Wings, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Shout out Wings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Dune
Hell
is
yeah,
my
I see you,
Austin's
Austin.
excited
I
about
see
that
you,
one.
Austin.
is my favorite. Call Me By Your Name. They shot the whole movie on one lens. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Austin, are you a Dune guy?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be completely honest. I have not seen the trailer. I have not heard of the lore. In fact, like I've seen it around, being that this one and Godzilla vs Kong were so tied together because of Legendary and HBO Max with the whole lawsuit and everything that was going on.
Right.
And I mean, do we expect this to come out in time? Because like Godzilla vs Kong took like a long time to finally figure that whole out, and they're still having issues regarding Dune.
Well,
and
yeah, it's
distributing
not
it.
only is it going to come out on its release date, but it's also if it's going to be on HBO Max day and
Right.
date like it will in theaters. I mean, Denis Villeneuve is one of the utmost proponents of the theatrical experience, and he's really trying to get this to be theatrical only. So far, it's still planned to be both, even though I
Yeah.
believe Kong and Godzilla vs. Kong is going to be theatrical for a little bit before it goes on to
Yeah, it's
HBO
in North
Max.
America. It's coming out in March 26th, because on HBO Max and in the USA, it's moved to theaters March 31st.
Right, for the Easter corridor. Yeah, so but I know that right now Dune is supposed to still be theater and HBO same day. So but it's one of those ones that I don't know how you could possibly watch it at home. But again, I don't know how
Yeah.
anyone could watch a movie at home over the theater.
Austin-
but it's, you need to see it on a big screen.
Dune is like adult Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's how I would describe it to you. It's
Okay.
adult Star Wars. It's much denser than Star Wars.
All right, sign me up. Holy
Casey
shit.
Undercover Zedenya's I can't say it. I said it right the first time.
Yeah.
Is the greatest showman, killed it. I mean,
I always forget about The Greatest Showman. Nick loves that movie.
and Spider-Man, absolutely. She's Mary Jane in Spider-Man. Um,
Not my
Oh
Spider-Man.
right, yeah, the new Spider-Man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not
yeah,
my
yeah.
Spider-Man.
Well, Kirsten Dunst is Mary
That's
Jane.
right.
Let's
Put
not
some
get
respect on her
crazy.
name.
Yeah, man. I mean, she is. We've talked about in the past that there's no more stars, movie stars. She might be climbing that chart.
I've never seen her in anything.
She's the main in Euphoria. She's the lead.
I'm aware. I haven't
Okay,
seen it.
all right, wow. You've
Yeah,
not seen any of the things that we just listed.
That she's in.
Spider-Man, The Greatest Showman, Euphoria, Casey Undercover.
Zendaya wasn't she a
No,
musician
no.
before she was an actress?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Wasn't she was a singer, right?
Guess what? Never
Yeah.
heard her music either. I know who she is, but I have no idea who she is.
Yeah, I thought she was a singer before
Singer,
she became an
Yeah.
actress.
born in Oakland, California. Yep. She made game her career appearing a child model, Old Navy, backup dancer, Shake It Up. Yep.
She was in a black and white movie that just is coming out on Netflix called Malcolm and Marie, which looks fantastic, and it was shot during quarantine with her and John David Washington.
I
so
do
really
want to say
excited-
that.
Really excited to see that one. Yeah.
I've heard enough. What are we doing sitting here? I mean,
I don't know if it's
John
on,
David
I don't know if
Washington's
it's not
been
on
in.
Netflix yet. I
It's
think
not out
I'll
yet.
fucking find it.
it's out on Friday, I believe.
Okay.
On Netflix.
All right. Well, we could probably find it.
Yeah.
Malcolm and Marie looks amazing. She was a Disney star.
Oh,
There
okay.
you go.
That's
So
what
man,
it is.
there's another fucking. We talked about that on the Disney Channel original. Just churn
Homegrown.
them out.
Mhm.
They churn them out.
Shout out Orlando Brown.
Yes. Shout out Orlando Brown.
He's got bars.
We don't have necessarily posters, but is there anything else anybody wants to throw out there? We were
I do want to say I'm excited about Top Gun.
Okay.
Since we have some time at the
Yeah.
end of the show, I'm super pumped about it because the first Top Gun was very exciting. I feel like they could have done more with the aerial battles. So I'm really hoping that this one has more dogfighting and more actual aerial combat. I mean, the scenes from the Top Gun 2 trailer look amazing
Yes.
in terms of like the stuff that happens in the air. So, I mean, I'm always iffy on like the 40-year later sequels.
Right.
But in terms of the visuals of this one, I mean, it looks awesome. So I'm excited 100% about Top Gun 2, Top Gun Maverick.
Sky Shark.
Interesting update. Malcolm and Marie,
Hmm
59% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh,
How many reviews, though?
I don't know.
If you click
I
on it,
can't
it'll tell you.
I can't see from here, but Judas and the Black Messiah has 99%.
It's
75
out. You can
83
go watch it right now.
83 reviews.
R.I.P. Tony Scott.
That's a big difference there between the critics
Yeah.
and the audience. That's always interesting when that happens.
Okay, so you're pumped about that. Speaking of 40-year later sequels, coming to America.
Let's
Yeah.
Shut the fuck
Let's
up.
go.
I'm ready.
Let's go.
go. Let's go.
Even
didn't
if
see
it's
the
a
first
train
one.
wreck.
You've never seen Coming to America.
Man.
Hello, America. Fuck you. Yes. Fuck you too.
Sounds like Borat.
It is. It's Eddie Murphy at the peak of Eddie Murphy with
Yes.
Arsenio Hall at the peak of Arsenio Hall, and they play just about every fucking character in the movie. It's the beginning of Dr. Doodle. It's
Yeah.
the beginning of the Clumps. It's the beginning of Big Mama's house. All that shit.
Well, so and I would say, and I could be mistaken, but this is the blueprint for that style of movie.
Yes. Yep.
And I think it does it better than any.
Yeah, the
You know.
barbershop.
Yeah.
The barbershop is them. They're every character in the
I did
fucking
see that in the
barbershop.
trailer. Yeah.
Arsenio is a sexual chocolate.
Yep.
I mean, it's one of my favorite fucking movies.
And you
It's so good.
are you excited by the trailer, or are you excited for more Coming to America? Because
The
like you
trailer's
said,
funny.
Yeah.
it was funny 40 years ago, and now they're just the older versions of themselves doing
So
it
he
again.
has a kid he doesn't know about,
Right.
and he has to go find him because the kid is the heir to the throne.
Yeah. So and like I think a movie like this, you would maybe expect the same shtick but different characters.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the people in the barbershop in the original one in the late 80s, early 90s are old as hell. And like they're just still alive, the same fucking age.
Right.
It looks, Eddie
Right.
Murphy is like, 30 years older, but they're
Yeah.
still the same age.
Yeah.
And like
Okay.
nobody fucking cares,
No, yeah, it's sign me up. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Nick says New Fast and the Furious.
F9. Yeah. Anyone fans of the franchise?
No.
John
It's so
Cena is in it now as Dom's little brother or older brother.
Isn't John Cena in this new one, by the way?
John Cena is in. Very good catch, Austin. Yeah, John
Austin,
Cena is in
time-
the new one.
Austin,
Time is a
John
flat
Cena's in
circle.
it.
His
Time
hair
is a
looks
flat
Time
circle.
is a
ridiculous.
Yeah, they
Fuck
added John.
you guys.
They took
John,
out. They took out the
more
Rock and
wrestlers
added.
in movies.
They took out the Rock and added John Cena in this one.
Well,
and
The
I don't
Rock is
know,
the franchise
you know.
saver. John Cena is the preserver, the preservative.
Yeah.
The preservative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks okay. I think that I can't. The timeline is so whack now, but I think this one's going back to where Han is alive. If any of you follow the timeline, he was, like,
No.
he died in one of them, and then he was alive in some other. Like, it's very out of order.
Absolutely right, Derek.
Yeah.
You can't arrest what you can't see.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's the tagline.
Yeah.
That's the
it.
tagline.
You gotta
That
catch
sounds
him
like
to arrest
Now
him.
You See Me. With
Yeah.
The magicians.
How about? And I'm gonna put it out there,
Let's hear it.
and you can boo, you can get mad, but I'm excited to see the train wreck of Space Jam 2.
Boo.
I'm ready.
Boo.
I've come to terms with that it's happening to me, and I'm gonna enjoy it in spite of the fact of it. I'm ready.
I'm so pissed off that movie's happening.
I'm ready
and
for
I
LeBron to
hate
be
LeBron
very
James.
bad. I
hate
can't
LeBron.
wait.
I'm ready to see what they're going to do with this, considering that the plot of Space Jam was so in motion. Like, it was a very simple thing of aliens come to Earth and they need, to take over and take Looney Tunes, so they get powers. Are they going to follow that same formula, or is it going to be like something completely different that it's going to happen like this? I don't know.
It's gonna be terrible.
What
So
is
maybe
special?
I'm excited to see it just for that particular purpose. Maybe to see how differential it is.
What is
What
From the original?
this?
Fuck is this?
Austin,
This is like a new
Nazi
Sharknado.
flying shark sci-fi movie.
do you know
Oh.
about Sky Shark?
No, is it one of those sci-fi shark movies? I'm assuming.
It starts with Tony Romo
You
on
s-
a beach.
You said no, but I
It
feel I
It
feel a
starts with
yes.
Tony Romo on a beach.
I feel like I've heard of it.
It's SS Super Troopers meets
A
Jaws.
Nazi sharks. Nazi flying sharks. Is that what that said?
is
That's what it
Yeah,
said.
Nazi flying sharks. Golden
They're
Globes
sharks with
noms announced
friggin' laser
today.
beams.
So many sequel remakes coming out this year.
Oh Christ,
I will say if
Was this
we're,
like fucking Zoids?
I'm out on it.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm all the way out. Holy shit, I'm all
Oh,
the way.
it's real bad.
It looks like a
Back in.
90s PC
This
game
was all shot
cutscene.
on green screen.
Flying
Oh, look at them
Oh.
go.
sky sharks.
Wow.
so is it
You know
just
what, Derek?
I'm
will,
behind on the thing, so I don't know.
You're good. You consume all of it as it's playing. Oh, then now there's a Nazi soldier getting blue juice pumped into him.
You need to chill out.
Wow.
Chill.
Derek, I'll tell you what. We'll go down to the laboratory, sample some of their fine goods, and then we'll watch this movie because.
Is that Tara Reid? That's not Tara Reid, is it?
Oh, please.
Oh,
don't
it's
tell
not.
me
I
that.
Wasn't
Sharknado
he in
fame.
like all the other
Wild on
Sharknado
E.
films?
Wait, what is the boat in the sky?
Well, the sharks are there, so why wouldn't the boat be there?
That's a great point. Whoa.
What?
Is that Gary B? Wait, she's a what the fuck?
You couldn't-
Oh, and then the shark.
You couldn't pay me enough to watch this movie.
Oh,
Oh.
my god.
Sky Sharks 2019.
That would be one
Who
where we
brought
would
this
do like
up?
a
Derek did.
live commentary for that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that looks delicious.
Oh boy.
I feel
To
like
be
we
honest.
should watch this like a live watch through. I
Yes.
feel like we should.
Yeah, that's an iffy one.
Okay. So yeah, Space Jam
I
2
think
coming
Space
to
Jam 2
America
is like
too.
LeBron's like, I want to make a movie. What could I possibly be in? Oh yeah, that basketball movie. Dumb. Terrible. I hope it fails.
And then I am not excited about the Black Widow movie. I want to be excited about it. I can't get excited about it.
Eh.
It's too late. The
Yeah.
boat has sailed.
The boat has sailed.
Give like a
Like
tree.
a Nazi sky shark.
boat has
Like
sailed.
a
sailed.
Nazi sky shark. The
Do you
boat
guys
has
remember in
sailed.
Back to the Future where he's like, that's about as silly as a Screen door on a battleship.
Yeah.
He's like, it's a screen door on a submarine. That's what I feel like when Josh is making his idioms over here. The boat has sailed.
You know,
The ship has sailed.
I'm trying to
The
find
boat floats along. Like the
Golden Globes film. Here we go. Best motion picture. Borat up for best motion picture. Hamilton.
musical or comedy.
Yeah, let's be clear.
Oh, my bad.
Let's be clear.
Whoops. The Father. I saw that. That's Anthony Hopkins.
Hold on, you're
Yeah.
just skipping between categories
I'm
here.
sorry.
Read the musicals and then read the dramas.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Best
Borat and the
Austin, buckle up. Best motion pictures, musical or comedy. Borat, sequential movie film. Hamilton,
Jesus
music.
Christ. Subsequent movie film, you stupid
Palm
ass.
Sequential
Springs.
movie film. It
The
was
Prom.
sequential. It came out after the first one. The second one came out after the first one.
Okay.
It was sequential.
And then best motion picture, drama. The Father, Mank.
Nomadland.
Nomadland.
Jesus
Oh, I saw this
Christ.
one. I wanted to watch this one. Promising Young Woman, The Trial of the Chicago 7, which was a sweet fucking movie.
Sure.
Wait, hold up. Before we
What?
go any further, because I
Okay.
wanted to talk about it, but it's already out. Have you seen Another Round?
Oh, no, and I'm really on like it's high
Likewise.
on my list. Yeah. Another round. Mads Mikkelsen, who is a fantastic Danish actress, plays a guy who he and his group of friends decide to keep an amount of alcohol in their blood constantly, thinking it'll improve their lives. So
It's
it's like
called Thoughts from the
it's like
Bench. I'm not
four-
impressed.
4 Danish guys being drunk 24 hours a day to see if it'll make their lives better. Yeah, it just came out, I think, on, what was it, Prime? Or
It's on Prime, but it's not available to rent. You had to like purchase it, and I wasn't ready for the $20 commitment the other
Yeah.
night.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was trying to watch it a couple months ago, and it wasn't out yet. But, yeah, Mads Mikkelsen, who you know from Hannibal and from Casino Royale, those have seen it. I mean, he's a fantastic actor.
He's like a male Anna Joy Taylor, where he's just like fascinating to look at his face.
Is
That's
that
a
him?
really great description. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that
He is handsome.
He is very unique looking, but he's also incredibly talented.
He kind of looks like Henrik Lundqvist.
Yeah, he played Hannibal in the
Yeah.
TV show for the whole run of it. So, yeah, these guys are trying to keep alcohol in their blood all day long in hopes that it will be
Again,
better for life.
like, have you met Derek?
That's him, isn't it? I think I
Hey,
just saw him at the piano.
I don't know, man. Like, this is the shit we do every Thursday. We wake up and we just get through the entire day drunk.
Yeah, this is your life then. Except
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
the Danish version. There's Danish you,
Yeah.
There's-
Well, I would say that's probably Derek. Yeah.
Danish Derek.
That's Josh.
Yeah.
I would be the soccer coach.
I do want to
That's
see another round,
Greg.
though. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm actually gonna take this trailer, recut it, and put our heads on it.
there you go.
That would be hilarious.
Oh, look how pumped he gets over that goal, though.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great time.
Yeah, when you're drunk, everything sounds like a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
That's the whole
it
That's
is.
the idea.
That
What?
Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I totally forgot to shout out Mortal
Yeah,
Kombat.
that's an-
yeah.
yeah.
I wanted
heard-
to
I've
put
heard good
Mortal
things.
Kombat as an honorable mention because I've never seen any of the Mortal Kombats except like clips of the movie, which I understand is like a classic. And I don't really play the games all that much, even though I have it in the arcade. But
We should sue this movie.
I was
You're right.
over the summer, I was at my buddy's bachelor party, and he explained to me like the entire story of Mortal Kombat, how they like get invited to this tournament, and I was like, well, that sounds fucking awesome. So now I'm actually really excited for this reboot to see if they did it good or did it correctly. I mean, they haven't for a while, and I don't think any movie has really. I mean, the one's a classic now, the one from the '90s, I think, but in a cheesy sense. So I'm really excited about Mortal Kombat just to see if it turns out to be, a really cool action movie with great effects and crazy characters.
Well, here's a good start. I don't know any of these
Yeah.
names,
yeah.
so that's a good start.
It's always a strong.
But they do have, Kano, Sonya Blade,
Yeah, this is like an
Sub-Zero,
authentic.
Raiden,
Yeah,
Liu
they're being
Kang.
authentic with the cast this time and not having,
Jax.
like whitewashing and all that shit.
I'm interested.
I just want to see. Yeah, I just want to watch Mortal Kombat. I think that's what it is.
James Wan's doing it? No. Why is James Wan here?
maybe he produced it.
Yeah, he might have been a producer on it.
I guess. I don't know. I mean,
Simon
James Wan
McQuaid.
slaps, so.
Known for nothing. Oh, this
Nothing.
is his first.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's great.
Hey,
Roll
that
the
could be
fucking
good. It
dice.
could be bad.
He looks
I
like
mean-
Andy Dick.
Yeah, I don't know about this. This guy's got
Guy
me
could be
nervous.
a genius, and he could be, a bust. We'll see.
Greater than the Cell games?
Like Splinter Cell.
No, like Dragon Ball.
James Wan is a
Oh.
producer on it.
I don't know.
So
James Wan is the producer. There we go.
yeah. So
All right, Austin, did you have any honorable mentions that make your list? I think you had a couple.
Yeah, there's a lot. You have the Guillermo del Toro's Antlers, which looks.
What's his name?
Guillermo del Toro.
See, that's not what
Camaro
you
del
said.
Toro. Yeah. Camaro del Toro, just like the car.
I hate everybody.
Yeah.
And apparently, what it's supposed to be is that it's a boy that finds this mysterious creature in the woods somewhere, and he looks to try to take care of it. But this creature is apparently a murderous, fucking rampaging, destructive force. So I've seen the trailer; it looks terrifying, which is why I obviously had to bring it up.
Yeah.
Other
Well,
ones.
that one, I want to make a point on that one because the director Scott Cooper is a fantastic filmmaker. He did Hostiles and Black Mass and Out of the Furnace and Crazy Heart. I mean, Scott Cooper is a fantastic filmmaker.
I've not seen any of these movies.
Oh wow.
Like talking to the wall here.
That's why I sit next to it.
Anyway, so it's an interesting choice because it's a totally different genre from what he usually does. So I would see it just based on him being involved, even though it's not a genre at all. I'd watch.
Did Del Toro write it?
He's a producer. I don't know if he wrote it. I don't think so. Scott Cooper usually writes his own stuff. It's called Antlers. Yeah.
Yeah, he produced it. Guillermo del Toro
Yeah.
produced it.
I asked if he wrote it.
Well, he produced it.
Hang on, let me
It's
look.
got that big four-headed fuck in it.
Nope.
Some other films that were put on.
There's your boy Jesse Plemons.
There he is.
Yeah. Sorry,
Some-
Austin. Go ahead.
Some other films that were put on were the latest of the Halloween franchise, Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that one. It's
Very,
coming
very
out.
excited to see where that goes because I love the trailer is literally 30 seconds and it just seems like it picks like 30 seconds right after the last film. So I'm very, very excited for
Is it
that.
two more that they have planned? They have Halloween Kills and Halloween
I think
Ends,
yeah,
is
I
one of those a
think
two-parter?
I think it's Halloween Kills, and I think you're right. It's Halloween Ends. I think that's where they're trying to finish it off at. Another one that comes to mind, almost escaped me. I know that it wasn't very well received the first outing, but I think the sequel has a lot to offer in terms of an improvement. Not much has been put out, but that is Venom 2: Let There Be Carnage.
Hell yeah.
I did
Which
not care
one?
for Venom 1.
I know, and it's because personally, it's when you take a good concept and you dumb it down from the R rating it was originally supposed to have and make it PG-13. That's exactly where I knew that it wasn't going to be as great. I've been hearing that this one is supposed to be rated R, just based on the imaginative creativity that can be implied for Woody Harrelson being Cletus Cassidy Carnage.
You can't
There's going to be a lot of blood in this one.
do a movie where the main character's gimmick is to rape and tear people limb from limb without it being an R.
Yeah.
Well, you have to like it because it's your boy. Did you see the
Two
first
of my
one?
boys, Woody Harrelson and Tom Hardy.
Woody Harrelson's your boy?
Oh fuck yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
He's the only redeemable quality other than of Hunger Games, other than the fact that J Law is just beautiful. Go look at it.
You're not wrong. Yeah. Okay. And also directing Venom 2 is Andy Serkis, which I'm really excited about. Who is Gollum, and is a director.
You
in
don't
his
got to
own
tell
right.
me who Andy
Yeah.
Serkis is.
So I'm really excited for it. I'm more excited for that than anything. Like the first Venom, I thought stunk, but I will see the second one because of Andy Serkis in it and Woody Harrelson. If he's like, I don't know anything about Carnage, the character, but if he's like Unchained Woody Harrelson, then sign me
No,
up.
it'll be a natural born killer's Woody Harrelson.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm down for
It's
that.
going to be one of the most.
Or natural born killers.
Yeah, it's going to be a very psychotic break of the normal character, and it's going to be an all-out freaking brawl. It's gonna
Who was the villain in the first one? Riz Ahmed played like a businessman or something.
Yeah, it was. So it's one of the 5 or 6 symbiotes that were in the comics, but I want to say it was like Rampage or something or Rage.
I
or,
could Google it, but
Yeah.
it's fun to watch you try to figure it out.
It starts with an R. I know that.
Yeah, I don't
you were gonna
remember
say
it. It was
something. You were
forgettable.
hot
Yeah,
on the
if,
mic there.
if you're a fan of the crazy natural born killers, Woody Harrelson, you definitely have to see Out of the Furnace.
Okay.
Woody Harrelson's character in Out of the Furnace, for me, I think is the most like legitimate like scary villain like in a movie that I've seen in like years.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I think he's absolutely fucking terrifying in that movie.
Huh.
Mac Gargan, is that right, Austin?
So
Scorpion?
that's interesting. No.
I don't know, dude.
I
I tried
That's
to
all right.
Google.
It was
Didn't
forgettable.
work out.
Yeah, it was forgettable. but-
Riot. That's what it
Right.
was.
Riot.
Oh, there you
okay.
go. Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
yeah. Was there anything else, Austin, that you were pumped about?
I mean, I guess the latest. I have known nothing about it, but I know the latest Conjuring film is supposed to make its way into
That's true.
HBO
Mhm.
Max or
That's
theaters.
one of the ones I'll line up for. Or no, not Conjuring. I like Insidious. I'm sorry. I get them confused because they're both James Wan properties.
It's
I
hard
think they're
to.
the same.
The Conjuring
Mhm.
films in general, like the first two Conjuring films were
Mhm.
great, and then you started doing all these spin-offs, and people kind of lost. Like The Nun was one of the most garbage movies I've ever seen, and I'm ashamed to have said that I've seen it. But you had the doll, which was
Annabelle.
Annabelle.
Annabelle, which the
Oh, that was a good trailer.
the two Annabelle films to start were not that great, but the last one was actually one that connected some dots and filled in and was more scary than jump scare, which I appreciate in certain horror films. So
Did anybody see a trailer this year though that gave them like the oh fuck feeling? Like the first time you saw the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer, the first time you saw the Dark Knight trailer, like, and I know those are both superhero movies, so those aren't great examples, but like there's been some trailers over history that are just like, fuck, this movie's gonna be wild. And I felt like all the trailers I've seen for the past all of 2020 and this, the bunch that I watched today, none of them have gotten inside of me where I'm like, oh my god, I need to see this movie. Like the last really good trailer I saw was the Rocket Man trailer.
Rocket Man. Really?
Yeah,
Love that.
I love the movie.
No, I love that you love the trailer.
Oh.
I like the movie too.
Yeah.
And it is a good trailer.
It was a great trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like that you pulled that one out. Yeah.
Well, Rocket Man also, because it's set to like a slowed down version of Rocket Man.
right. Yeah.
And when it kicks at the end, they do this amazing cut. Super nerdy, but basically what they do is they take, so Rocket Man is like orange on black or something like that, right? So instead of actually cutting the logo closer and like instead of going like boom boom, what they did was they inverted the colors on the cut. And it's I haven't used it yet in my own work, but I'm like, oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
that.
It's a jump cut, but all you did was invert the colors, so the audience isn't confused by the jump cut. They're like, oh, it's still the same word, that kind of thing. It was brilliant.
Speaking of Rocket Man, Stephanie shouts out Bohemian Rhapsody is the last movie to give her that oh fuck feeling, which the same director is Rocket Man.
Yeah, but Bohemian Rhapsody sucked.
What?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because Bohemian Rhapsody attempted to play things off like it actually happened. Whereas Rocket Man was meant to be a dramatized, almost sci-fi version of Elton John's life.
Mm-hmm.
Bohemian Rhapsody, they tried to play it off as like almost a borderline documentary, and like it's wildly incorrect. Like,
I would say from what I watched, because I thought Bohemian Rhapsody was excellent, but there was some controversy to some of the scene later down at the end of the movie, because there's a scene where he tells them all that he's infected, and that stories have come out that was never the case, that they never told him before.
they didn't know.
Yeah,
They didn't know. And then like the way that they wrote the song Bohemian Rhapsody, that was totally fictional. That's not how they came up with the fucking song. Like there's so much shit in there that is just totally fabricated. Whereas like Rocket Man is like, that it's like a dramatization of Elton John's life and career. Bohemian Rhapsody is straight fucking fiction about the movie or about the band
It's
Queen.
not complete fiction.
It's fiction.
I don't know. That-
Go Google it.
There are certain things about it that they had to make, creative.
Yeah, they had the
licenses with.
names right. They didn't even have members of the band, because you know how the bass player flips in and out. It's
Yeah,
a different
Deacon.
bass player. They left the same bass player the entire way through the fucking movie. Queen has never had a steady bass player.
When was John Deacon not the bass player?
I will look this up.
Yeah, I mean they switched around the timeline of when he told or when he hinted to the band that he knew and certain things, but for the large part, I don't think they did too many different things with it.
Remy
some of
Malik.
the editing is terrible.
Remy Malik, fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought Bohemian sucked and Rocket Man was amazing.
Bohemian
I
was
will-
the crowd pleaser version of that story, whereas Bohemian Rhapsody was the darker fantasy version of it.
I will say
Is
when I
this
was
the real
watching
life?
the
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Austin.
Fuck you.
I will say when I was watching the Little Things, I was waiting for him to break out into just Queen because that's what I've associated as his character for
Oh,
so
dude,
long.
Austin, you gotta watch. You gotta go watch. Mr. Robot. It's so good.
I've heard good things,
You
man.
would love it. You would love it. They
The
knew
al-
3 months before he died.
Yeah.
Right. Chill, Josh. It wasn't a documentary. I know it wasn't, and I hated it. And I had a really bad experience at that theater too, so that probably didn't
There
help
you go.
going into it.
That's where the underlying factor lies. Yeah.
I think to answer your original question about like a trailer that you saw this year, I can't think of any off the top of my head this year. Nothing has impacted me since Uncut Gems,
Yeah,
which I watched
great trailer.
probably like 30 times.
Incredible
And
trailer.
it's one of those rare instances where I think the trailer is better than the movie easily, and I love that trailer, the music and the way it's cut and shot.
The
Zach,
last
what was that? Were you like you did like I don't agree with that
Yeah.
one.
No, that's a hot take.
Yeah.
well, you love Uncut Gems.
I do.
Yeah.
I like Uncut Gems a lot, but I like the trailer better.
I'm trying to, cause Guardians is the last trailer that I was like, now that's a fucking trailer. And now everybody does it. Everybody takes an old classic rock song, they cut it to the fucking rhythm. It's some bullshit that those fucking Joe Schmoes like me have been doing for run out videos for fucking years. It's not that crazy. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
But like, it was super fucking cool to see it done in a movie trailer. That was the last one. I was like, ooh, that's a great trailer.
I don't know what it would be for me. I think maybe Dune.
Mm,
You know, in terms of
It's a
just
good
like
trailer.
something I was like very excited for, like
yeah.
Mhm.
on seeing the trailer. But with COVID, I'm really trying to dig in the vaults.
Yeah.
Because the only movie I saw last year in theater was
Tenet.
Tenet. Maybe The Color Out of Space, like before, COVID
Everything got
happened.
shut
But
down.
Yeah, we haven't gotten a ton of trailers lately also this past year because nothing's coming out. So
Yeah.
a little bit tougher.
KG, one of the best acting performances as an athlete. Don't disagree with that.
It was solid.
Yeah.
It was really
it
good.
absolutely was.
let's be real though. KG is Kyle Gass.
The real
There's,
KG.
there's only one KG.
Yeah.
We did a show on
No
Uncut
disrespect.
Gems. That's right. I
Hmm?
forgot we did that. We did a show on Uncut Gems.
That was
Yeah.
I forgot about
Zach's second
Maybe.
appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Zach, did you have any honorable mentions?
I'd have to dig in the memory banks here.
You're good, dude. If you didn't,
Yeah,
it's not the end of
I
the world.
guess there's no trailer, but we kind of talked about before the show started. But Blazing Samurai, I'm
Jesus.
super fucking.
This is
I don't know
very
that I
bad.
believe you on that one. Like it's just-
When I first
that
saw it, I
seems
thought
hard
it
to
was
believe.
a fucking joke. I thought it was a
Do you want to
joke.
explain what it is for the audience?
It is a remake reboot of Blazing Saddles, but it is a animated movie about a samurai.
I mean, that's the font.
Oh,
I
that's how they're gonna get away with it is making it an
Yeah,
animated,
it's a
a kids
cartoon.
movie.
Yeah, but like you can't.
No, that can't be a
You
kids
can't.
movie.
You
That
can't
has
do
to be
it.
rated R.
It would
Samuel
have.
L. Jackson. It's got to be rated
It would
R.
have to be like Sausage
Michael
Party.
Cera. Well, hang on a second. Michael Cera, Mel Brooks, Ricky Gervais,
George.
Oh, I might
God.
be into this.
Georgia Takei.
But why is he allowed? Why is he allowed to be in this movie?
Oh, let's not get into that.
I know, but still.
I just the
Gabriel
thought of like
Iglesias?
redoing Blazing Saddles in any form today is like I can't believe that it would in any iteration.
Well, they tried it. What was
Make
what's the really bad Sandler movie?
I mean, they did it with
Ridiculous
producers,
Six?
but
Yeah, Ridiculous Six is Blazing Saddles esque.
yeah, they redid the producers with Nathan Lane, Matthew Broderick, Will
Yeah,
Ferrell.
but that was in the '90s where you could still make gay jokes.
I think that was in the like early 2000s.
still you could still
Yeah.
make gay jokes at that point. like Blazing Saddles is one of the most racist movies ever. Like the whole bit with the N word.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
think
all. It's like a black exploitation movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's being upfront about it.
But Gene Wilder,
I mean,
I haven't stopped. I stopped drinking. He's like steady as a rock. He's like, but this is my shooting hand or whatever. What the fuck is the bit? Shit, I fucked that all up. I hated Uncut Gems. 2 hours of Sandman screaming, exhausting, terrible person, bad son, bad husband, bad boss, bad boyfriend, bad gambler, bad father, etc.
There's a hot take for
we
you.
would.
Wow.
There's a hot take for you.
Yikes.
Okay, Josh, hear me out. On Adam Sandler list, Ridiculous Six wasn't that bad.
It's
Here's-
at 0%.
Here it is. There it is.
Yeah.
The Adam Sandler list. Not on here. The worst movie I have on here is The Do-Over. Was really bad.
Not a lot of movies end up at 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, and The Ridiculous Six is holding a firm goose egg after
That's
like 8
incredible.
years. Yeah.
That's incredible.
I will. You couldn't pay me to watch that one
If,
with Taylor
like,
Lautner.
If tomorrow Adam Sandler was accused of like some Kevin Spacey shit, Derek would still defend him. And I respect that about him.
As he should.
Absolutely. So yeah, upcoming stuff for movies. We're gonna do Legally Blonde next week. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
We'll
excited.
see. Yeah, we'll see what happens there.
And we're gonna try to swing towards some more I don't want to say popular movies, but bigger movies that have some clout to them and some name appeal, and kind of enjoy that. We got into the weeds for the past couple of months with the Delannoves, the Finchers, the really brilliant filmmakers of the world. So now we're gonna have some fun and really start to do some fun stuff in February. I'd like to get a rom-com in there before the end of February as well. Not The Family Stone.
Just say
Apparently not P.S. I
We
fucking
know you
love
want to
you.
do P.S. I love
Apparently
you.
we're not doing P.S. I love you.
I will do P.S. I love you if you do the entire show in an Irish accent.
What if we did How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days?
Oh, I love that movie.
McConaughey?
That's a great one.
I've never seen it.
Or 10 Things I Hate About You. Anything with 10 in it,
Yeah, sure.
I think we could do.
Perfect 10.
Yeah.
Like Perfect 10.
Yeah.
Do you remember that bit from Superbad? What about Perfect 10? That could be a bowling website. They're talking about which porn websites they want to subscribe to. Super bad.
Is McLovin a badass?
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's
What?
the badass in that movie.
He is. Yeah, he's the badass.
Okay. Austin, is McLovin a badass?
Sa.
Yeah. All right. There it is. There it
Say
is.
less.
Say less. There you go.
Yeah, no, Legally Blonde's gonna be a really fun one.
Yeah.
And then it's only gonna get crazier from there, which is exciting.
Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Early Witherspoon.
This
Yeah.
is like what is it? 01, 02?
Yep.
So we're going back
It's
into
gonna
the
be great.
golden age of some of those comedies. Yeah.
Elle Woods, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Josh can't hold any accent for more than 20 seconds, let alone a whole show. It would be hilarious to see you try to do that. Yeah. Can you do an Irish accent? Say they're always after me, Lucky Charms.
I was thinking of. Now I'm just thinking about Mike Myers in Wayne's World doing the trolls bit.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
a troll.
I'm the
ah!"
leprechaun.
Yeah, I'm the
Yeah.
leprechaun. That's it, leprechaun. Yeah, I'm the leprechaun.
Who did you say in Wayne's World doing the bit?
Mike Myers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said something else.
No, Mike Myers. Right? Yeah. Dana Carvey doesn't
That's
do
right.
that
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. Oh, yeah, you good.
Yeah. Live every day, like Elle Woods when.
Live every day.
Oh, live
Jesus.
every day.
Fucking Christ.
When Warner told her she wasn't smart enough for law school. I'll let you know exactly what that means next week.
You've never seen Legally Blonde?
No.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
really?
What?
Yeah, no.
Oh, wow.
Didn't you pick it?
No, Justin did.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, what did I just saw recently? What's Paul Rudd in?
Yeah, I don't know, everything.
A bunch of shit. What the fuck?
He's the greatest actor of a generation.
What not he in?
No,
is
no,
another
no.
question.
The early
Dinner
early.
for Schmucks?
No. The
Knocked
early
Up?
'90s
Clueless?
teen movie.
I'm
Clueless.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna get to Donald Faison at some point there.
He's in it? Yeah.
But yeah.
Clueless.
Clueless. I just watched Clueless for the first time in 2020.
Nice.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
I loved it.
Okay.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah. And we
Well,
also
then you're
watched-
going to love Legally
Oh,
Blonde.
I bet
let
I
me
will.
Tell you.
I bet I will. Maybe we'll do Coyote Ugly.
Oh, boy. There's a throwback.
I have it on VHS.
Fucking rights.
Nice.
All right. that's been thoughts from the movies this week. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I bet you do, Steph. You love Coyote Ugly.
Oh, election would be good.
10 out of 10 movie picks. Okay, awesome. All right, thanks everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.